Liverpool versus everybody. Here to speak about the amazing match that was yesterday. Liverpool versus Watford at Anfield, packed stadium. Got James here, got Gary. Let's start out what we usually do, guys. The lineup, because I have a lot of things to say about that. But James, when you saw the lineup, were you somewhat frustrated? Did you think it was a lineup that was going to work? What were you thinking?
I'll be honest, I was frustrated. I didn't want to see. I didn't get why Origi was starting. I would have gone with. Obviously, I take this all back at the end, but I would have gone with Salah up top, Mane and Shaqiri. And I didn't want to see Milner anywhere around the starting lineup. I thought Naby Keita's looked great recently, and against Man United, I thought maybe we missed Naby Keita. Someone that just has the balls to drop a shoulder and beat a player, maybe take a shot on. So yeah, except for that, I was over the moon to see Trent back. I'm really happy with Matip, even if Robinson's fit. I don't want him in. Obviously Robinson had a bit of patchy form, but yeah, except for that, it was really Milner and Origi.
Yeah, I'll say the same, and just to kind of piggyback on that, I think even the formation or how it looked, the players, Origi was playing left wing, which I think none of us would have imagined. Gary, talk to me, man.
Yeah, well, when the lineup came out, Origi wasn't that much a surprise for me because I thought, he's probably going to go with Origi as Sturridge, but if he was going to go for a striker, I would have gone for Origi as well. But I mean, both of our preferred levels are Shaqiri on the right and Salah up front. I mean, Shaqiri hasn't been in form really since since Arsenal game, but this same could be said for the whole team since Arsenal game, really, apart from a few performances we've had. This been them. So I think the one for me was Keita for Milner. I think that was the one that was a bit frustrating to be frank. So I couldn't really understand it, but it worked out well, because you look at the game, you think Milner is the one that sets the tempo. He sets the tempo of the game up with the first 2 minutes, so he's pressing everyone in the first 2 minutes. Yeah, he carries on, and he sets the tempo for the whole match for the fans as well. And it was just a very, very good night for Liverpool, very good game for Liverpool. So I'm very happy with the response of the team. So 10 games to go is the way I'm looking at it right now, and we just keep on going. If you can, I mean, there'll be a few more shaky matches. Not every match will be like this. But what we need to make sure is we've got 5 more home games and 5 more away games. For the 5 games at Anfield, we need the fans to get up for every single game. We need to play with the same intensity because away from home, all we need to do is away from home. We just need to do a professional job. At home, we need to go and blitz teams. We need to put the pressure on, play with that same intensity, that same directness that with most of our players are playing. I mean, Salah looked like he was the old Salah, the one that we would know last night. He was just very, very good. Sorry for the noise there, but driving players, taking on players, being direct. That's the Salah we will know. And let's just hope that it continues like that because we've got 10 more games, but we need our front three to step up like they did last night.
Yeah, listen, man. I said I was going to stop questioning Klopp, but I think I'm going to start questioning every game now. Every time I question Klopp, he seems to put together some sort of masterclass, or the players seem to put together some sort of masterclass, and it was just so on point for them to step up and have that performance. And talking about Milner setting the tone, first 2-3 minutes, I think it might have been just inside 2 minutes.
2 minutes straight away.
That block he put on the goalkeeper, that showed me that Liverpool were up for the game. That one moment showed me that the Liverpool were up for the game. And imagine a team scoring that many goals without the guy who's kind of the glue of the front three, if you will. Imagine that actually happening. Mane really, really stepping up. And I think, Mane didn't have a great game at Bayern. He definitely didn't have a great game at United, but he stepped up when we really, really needed it. And forget about Salah. Salah played amazing as well. And I always said it wasn't about him scoring goals or getting assists, but just the performance had to be better. You can tell he was at it, man, running down the ball. Yeah, man, I was really, really impressed. I mean, he didn't get a goal, but
I don't mind. If he had the full game and he was losing the ball possession and he still scored a goal, then I'd be like, yeah, he scored the goal, but I want to see that performance from Salah. I want to see that desire back, that hunger. Not so much the desire, but more his overall game. I want to see that back from him because we know what he can do. I was watching the Watford game last year, where we beat them 5-0 again. After United game at Old Trafford, which is a bit of a coincidence. But I was watching that game. He was taking on plays, and he did that exactly last night. The only thing that's missing was obviously the full goals, but he was doing exactly the same thing. His overall game was superb, and that's what Origi played well, filling in the left as well. Because Mane played up front, but Origi did the job, did quite well. He's much more mobile than Sturridge. I mean, Sturridge just against Wolves, against United, Sturridge just barely refused to move against both. He just barely refuses to move in the whole match, and he's just a complete waste of time. Then Sturridge, isn't he? So, but we're very, very good win. I'm very happy that we've got that. We've got goals as well. We've narrowed down the goal difference to 6. So hopefully we can maybe. If we can,
is it 6 now? Is it 6?
Yeah, it's 6.
Wow.
Only 1-0. So
wow.
If we can, because goal difference could be massive now. We need to go out there.
Oh, no doubt.
Against Bournemouth, we were 3-0 up. We're 3-0 up in 50th minute, but we need to put our foot on the gas. We need to keep on going. We need to keep on pushing for goals. You know what I mean? Because City don't do that. When City smell blood, they go for it. That's the thing with City.
Let's get into the players a bit. Jamz, just talk to me about this number 66. The Scouser, this kid. Just talk to me about his impact on the game.
Oh, I think he's phenomenal. I think I used to joke around that we have a Dani Alves or Marcelo or Cafu in the team when he was younger, but it was that type of play. He was just phenomenal from start to end, and I think it's one of them ones you don't know what you got till it's gone. And you looked at Man United, and because we had Milner in that position, they just doubled up on anyone else but Milner. They left Milner. He was no threat. He was slow. He'd take an extra touch. And it makes you think, if Trent was in that game, do you win? And that's telling you that a 20-year-old is one of the most important players of one of the best teams in world football. So I think he was absolutely phenomenal. I heard a debate afterwards, and Ryan Giggs was saying, it was kind of Beckham's crossing. He was saying sorry for pinging in. Phenomenal. Yeah, phenomenal. First time whipping them in. I think it's time he gets on all the corners. Well, the right-hand side corners, the free kicks. I think he's probably the best passer on the team. So yeah, there's not enough praise. The only thing I even consider is he grew up as a central midfielder. He grew up as a young Gerrard, and my only concern is what would he be doing in centre mid? Would he be paying them into the top bins? But at the moment, we don't have a right back like anyone else. So yeah,
I'd rather make him the best in that position than actually.
Yeah, I've heard that argument before. I'm easy.
I'd rather just let him play at right back, make him the best that he can possibly be there, because there's not many top right backs. I mean, there's top right backs. I mean, there's very few nowadays that you can just go and get in the market for good value.
All due respect to Gerrard, everybody wants everybody to be the next Gerrard, and we don't really need that. Let him just do his thing. He's so good at right back. But I mean, even I think the first one says it was a standing moment. He didn't run. It wasn't a real run up for the. It was just he got the ball from Milner. He set his feet and put the ball in. I mean, it was with such ease for a guy who's been out of the game for a bit of time. It takes some young guys to get acclimated, but this guy, I mean, he had probably 7 or 8 peaches that went in, and we only connected on maybe 4 or 5 of them. Now let's get this straight: is it 4 assists or 3? Because didn't he assist Mane twice, and did he assist Van Dijk twice?
3. Is Robertson?
Robertson did 2.
Okay. Because I thought it was 4. Okay.
I thought Robertson did both assists for Van Dijk. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
No. Alexander did 1 assist for Van Dijk. I think Robertson did 1 for the Origi, and 1 for Van Dijk's last goal.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, again, when Trent is playing well and he's back in the team, I think both of our fullbacks play really, really good. Robertson had even a more improved game. Just proud of the guys from back to front. Midfield, I think we spoke about Milner. Genie was his usual self, but for this guy Fabinho, man, he just, you're not getting past him. I mean, there were moments where we questioned his speed and all that, but there were moments where he was running down De La Feo, who's in his own right, very, very fast player.
Yeah.
But nothing to really sneeze about. I mean, he had an awful game, but that's what De La Feo is. He'll have a great game. I think me and you talked about it, Gary. He'll have a great game, and then he'll go off the ball for a while. Yeah. So I'm just really impressed with collectively, man, just the teamwork, fighting for everything. We got to talk about Origi though, because I think if we all had our choice about Origi or Sturridge starting this game, assuming we were going to start one of those guys and not Shaqiri, I think we all would probably say Origi. I could be wrong, but James, let me come to you. Who if you see this game from Origi? what do you think?
Yeah,
who do you think is the best player to come in between him and Sturridge?
This is, I think, for Origi, this is just crazily interesting. Now, I'll be honest, I've not been Origi's biggest fan. To be honest, when he went on loan to Germany, I think he got 19 goals after the loan. I did think, why did we send him on loan last year? I thought Ings was probably the better suited for loan because he's been out so long. But anyway, coming into this season, I was Sturridge all day long. I thought Sturridge is the better finisher. He's got more about him. And it was Sturridge has proven that, till December, he had winners. He scored against PSG, scored against Chelsea twice, scored in some big games. And then all of a sudden, there's been a bit of a change. I think obviously Origi got that lucky goal against Everton, which changed everything. He came on, he had a good camo, to be fair. And then the game against Wolves was, for me, the shutdown. They both played, and Sturridge, like Gary said, he was lazy. He was jogging around. He almost gave the impression that he was too good to be playing in the second team almost. Whereas Origi did the exact opposite. He tried to get on the end of everything. He chased every dead ball. In the end, he got a goal in that game, a good goal. And then the last camo for me for Sturridge was Man United. I think you're coming on in the biggest game of the season, away from home, or OT, with 70 minutes to play or something like that. And he was shit. He was absolutely shit. He just doesn't offer anything to Liverpool's system. He needs to be the big man up top like Rondon is or Andy Carroll is, because he's not what he used to be. He does not drop back. He does not skill. He does not change a pace. He does not beat players. He's not willing to switch out onto the wing like Origi does everything. And I felt a man down. And it makes me think again, what would have happened if we put Origi on against Old Trafford? You'll never know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when yesterday's team come out, I'll be honest, I wasn't happy. I saw Origi. I was thinking, Origi, Sturridge, oh shit, man. None of them are good enough to win you a league. You look at the, Jesus or someone who Man City have as their sub. But Origi was absolutely amazing yesterday. It reminded me of the old Origi who took us to the Europa League final,
Incredible.
And he fits the system. He actually does. And Mane looked very comfortable in the middle, because Origi sometimes, he's got his back to goal when he's in the middle. He was a bit more flawless yesterday. He was able to kind of run at defenders. He was able to run out wide. He was swapping positions motionally with Mane and Salah, and I was just really impressed. And you know what? If he keeps this up, he might even get himself an extension or whatever, because he's just, the kid's young. But I don't want to get over myself. But yeah, I was really impressed with Divock Origi. Forget the goal. His all-around play was great and just superb.
And I think it honestly probably shouldn't be a surprise. Origi has done this a lot of times, mainly when he starts. He did it against Dortmund. He's done it in cup games. He's that dude that usually from the start, if he's starting, he blends in far much better than Sturridge does. And that track and back work, I couldn't believe it, man. I mean, this guy, he wants to run. He actually looks like he enjoys running. Whereas Sturridge, all the love we can give him, he can't run anymore. I mean, he just can't. So if you can't have Firmino, then you got to go with Origi. Gary, in the next game, do you think we should keep Bobby safe for another game after this performance from Origi, or do you think we should put him back in there with a somewhat hurt ankle?
Nah, I think Firmino has to come in. I think Firmino will come in as well, because I think Klopp said that there's a big chance that he'll be fit for the Everton game, or he'll be there from the start. And I think that'll be the case. I think he could have, if he wanted to, if he really wanted, if he had an injury crisis, I think he could have played last night as well. He could have probably played last night.
Okay.
If he said that there is a chance. Klopp said that there is a chance Firmino to play for Watford, but he said that it's not worth it. You know what I mean?
Because he heals so fast. It's just something about him healing fast.
There wasn't any need. I mean, Everton, I think he'll be fine. I think we'll start him at Everton. And then 4-3-3, Salah, Firmino, Mane, and then say I don't know. Now we've got a bit of a dilemma in midfield, because these three play so well. Milner, Wijnaldum, and Fabinho. But,
I know.
This is the thing, though. It is good to have this as a manager, but it's not. It just depends on what type of game it is, And Klopp will know that. I don't know. Do we play Naby Keita in that game? I still tend to think that we probably do. That he probably should start in that game. But ahead of who? Because everyone was quite good in that game. You know what I mean? Wijnaldum in an away game is always, Wijnaldum in a big game like that is always a certified starter. Fabinho, you can't drop him. Everyone knows incredible. So who do you drop? I just hope Henderson doesn't.
It's tricky, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I just hope Henderson doesn't come back into the team. He just does not deserve to come back in the team.
What about his performance at Bayern Munich?
Huh?
What about his performance?
His performance was good against Bayern Munich, but he's just this is what I mean with Henderson and these players like Henderson, Lovren. I mean, I'm not gonna get on their case. You know what I mean? Maybe it does sound like I'm getting on their case, right? And people say have an agenda against them. But this is the thing that we need consistency from these players. We can't have them having one good game against Bayern Munich. And I credit him. I said to Aaron, I said to him, he had a good game against Bayern Munich. I stood up for him after that. But the thing is,
I still prefer him coming off the bench. I don't mean to cut you off, but go ahead.
Who?
Henderson. I like him coming into a game like that. Like he came in. I don't. Yeah.
Against Bayern Munich, I said he had a decent game, but people going over the top. Like he had a Xavi performance against a prime Xavi performance, and this is what some of our fans do. But and then we've got other options that are much better. Look at Fabinho. How many times did you break up counterattacks from Watford last night with the last challenge?
Unbelievable.
Would Henderson do that? No, he'd get skinned and he'd probably make a foul. He wouldn't do that. This is the thing. He can't tackle. He's a player that's all right coming off the bench, 30 minutes, 25 minutes when the game's done, or you need to just keep a bit tight. He can come on and you can bring him on. That's fine. He doesn't deserve to start on this team at the minute, because we have better performance. Ronaldo, Fabinho, KR, Milner, they're all better options than him right now.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, we need more consistency from players like Lovren. You can't have him having one good game and him have another, or Henderson. All these sort of players. I mean, Minile used to have a decent game. The next game he used to have a shocking performance. We need consistency throughout the whole team. This is what we're getting through Fabinho, through players like Wijnaldum, consistent, at least 7 or 8 out of 10 performance every game.
Is anybody concerned with? I mean, first of all, did you guys notice I don't want to make a big deal about this, but did you guys notice the knee brace or whatever on Gini's knee?
Yeah, he had that at Old Trafford as well.
Yeah. Is any of you guys concerned with?
I didn't see it. No.
Okay.
Nah, okay. He had that at Old Trafford as well. I saw it. I was a bit odd, but I know. I think he had some problems with before the Bournemouth game. Was it? He had a few problems with his knee.
He looks fine. I'm just, I don't know.
Yeah. So
he's playing a lot of games, so I think it's going to down.
But maybe it's just I don't know. I'm not too sure how it is nowadays. The physios, how protected they are nowadays. All this new technology, all this stuff that's coming out. But I think it'll be fine. I mean, I love Wijnaldum as a player. He's so good. He keeps the ball. He never loses the ball in possession. And as I said, Henderson had a poor game at Old Trafford, but at the same time, I didn't put too much blame on him because he was put in a role where he was supposed to create, and he's not that sort of player. He can't, as I said, he can't skip past the man. Same with Ronaldo, he's not going to skip past the man and play a ball in behind. They're there to do a certain job. We need
a lot of win. Hey, mute that mic, bro. Yeah, a lot of win. Virgil van Dijk, he's getting the goals. Obviously doing his job on a defensive end. That's another thing. We talk about where we're going to get goals from if Salah isn't doing well, if Firmino isn't doing well. Salah didn't score yesterday. Firmino wasn't playing. So it was nice to see that we can get goals from other areas. And I think Van Dijk could be getting many more goals if the refs actually had their eyes in working order, because there's so many times where defensively or offensively, when we have the ball, so many times where they're tugging on them, even Matip, they're tugging on them, pulling on them, and they miss a lot of those calls. But to see Van Dijk getting goals like that, really does the team well. That was really good to see, to get those goals, because he's had so many chances, and to see both of those almost back to back was
How
really,
does he
really
not get
good.
any more? How does he not get more goals? I mean, look at it. He's an absolute beast of a defender. How does he not get any more goals? I was thinking at Old Trafford, stick one of Van Dijk's head. I can't believe before that. He scored 3-4 goals for us, hasn't he? Now, how has he not scored more? He's an absolute giant. He's brilliant in the air as well. So yesterday was fantastic.
I was saying before,
and jamz, Joe Matip was brilliant again. Not enough. I thought he was very, very good. We're talking about Salah, Mane, but players like Matip, Origi, they had very, very, very good games. So everyone was top notch yesterday.
Yeah, very unsung. Go ahead, James.
I think, just quickly with Matip, I think he's proving that he can be a great third choice centre back, someone you can rely on if needed. And I love the runs that he does that we spoke about earlier. But with regards to Van Dijk, I said a few weeks ago, the only thing he doesn't do was score enough goals. That was the only. If I was to be hypercritical, is if he could get 5 goals a season, you know, something like, you know, John Terry would do, or, you know, Vini Corvi or whatever, that's what he's missing, and that's what he's now seems to be doing. And like Gary said, it's surprising
Could
that
have
he's
had a
doing more.
hat-trick at Arsenal away.
Yeah, he should have and could have. So I'm hoping now that this is maybe the confidence push that he needs now to become the most aerial threat, because him, Fabinho, and Matip, you know, all 3 of them could be chipping him in. Matip gets on the end of everything, but he just seems to put them wide a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, Matip has definitely been unsung. And, you know, who would have thought, you know, Gomez goes down, Lovren can't seem to go a week without breaking a fingernail or whatever it is that's bothering him. And have Matip, who none of them have always ever been huge on, but skills, but he just kind of soft. And I worried about him going up against Dini. I really did. But I love to see that wasn't an issue at all. So, yeah, just amazing, man. Front to back. I can't even think of one player who let the team down last night. It was just unbelievable. Probably could have had more, but 5 is more than enough. So it just feels good going into the derby. You know, if we had a game, look like we're, you know, again against Watford, then I'd be a little concerned. But I think Everton are going to be in for a really rude awakening. Is that Sunday?
Sunday, yeah.
Sunday. So
we're good. Mane, how is he making that? You know, I think we've seen Mane try all types of goals, and I just think again, Mane just looked in the zone last night. I mean, there was nothing he couldn't do. He tried everything. He took risks. He took chances, and it's just really, really good to see Mane in that kind of zone, getting the goals for the team in big games, and may that continue, because I think Mane is one of those dudes where, you know, he can beat you in so many different ways, score in so many different ways, and making those runs. And he's a smart football player. You know, you look at 2 of those goals, and also on those goals, Salah was very much a part of it, whether it was fighting down for the ball, passing it back to Millie, back to Trent, or whatever. But Mane's just in the zone right now, and I hope that can continue.
Definitely. I think Mane's been probably our best player in 2019, attacking wise. Anyway, it's so important. It's just consistency on his day. He is phenomenal. He's probably on his day, he's best winger in England. The problem is he does have them off days, like you said. Bayern Munich, Napoli, Anfield, the ones where he misses 3-4. Interesting enough, what did you guys think of him playing as the middleman?
I think that's to do with Klopp wanting to get Salah and Mane working together a bit more. Because I remember
closer together.
I remember a couple of years ago we used to have a Firmino on the right, Coutinho on the left, and Origi up front. And Firmino so well together, we couldn't get them linking up because Origi was in the middle. So we'd have to make some tactical adjustments, and I think Klopp's learned from that when we used to have Mane out. You know, but now I thought Origi on the left did quite a good job. So.
Yeah, I mean, at least
it's quite. Sorry, I just had to mute it there. So it was refreshing to see Mane. He got in the box for a few headers. You know, got the goal through a header. Could have had a few more. Because Alexander-Arnold and Robertson, they showed how to be a modern. They showed you how to be a modern fullback, how to be a fullback in a modern game. Sorry, they just showed you the typical example of how to be a fullback in a modern game. You know, staying up high, one touch, whipping in brilliant balls, overlapping, linking up play with the wingers. It was just incredible. We've got 2 young fullbacks there who are going to be here for years, and it's just brilliant to have such a young squad for the future. So, you know, we've got this squad not only for the next 3-4 years, but 5-6 years. We've got so many players in their prime right now, or getting into their prime.
Definitely.
Which is so brilliant to see. So it just shows that we're going to be a force for the next many years to come.
Yeah, I think for me, I was very pleased that, you know, I've been calling for Klopp to try something different. This wasn't the different that I thought I'd see, but I'm happy with it. And a lot of times, even I talked about it before the game, that I wanted to see a 4-4-2 diamond at points, just to try something different. Sometimes in that game, it did look like it was a flat 4-4-2 with Origi playing, you know, like a left mid, and then, you know, having Gini, Fab, and Hendo to fill out the rest of that. And then it was more so, you know, Salah and Mane up top working together. So I didn't see that coming, but I'll take it. I mean, that was a thing of beauty, and maybe we'll see more to come. Again, I think a lot of it depends on what Firmino's health is like. But I thought it worked fantastic, man. I was happy to see that. So many great performers on the day. Jamz, who would you go with as your man of the match, though? If you had to pick one.
I'd probably go Trent.
Okay.
As man of the match. I think if you take every player out one by one and then put them back in, I think if you take Trent out of the team, it probably affects the performance the most.
Yeah.
Because it's not easy to put the ball in like that in the box. But if you're putting them in, a lot of people are finishing them. On his day, if you take Virgil out, does Matip put it in? Does Fabinho? If Mane's not at the end of Trent's ball with Salah, but I think Trent was absolutely immense. And to be honest, he could have had 5 or 6 assists.
I know.
Which they said on Match of the Day. After the game, they said it in England. They were saying, what was scary is some of the better balls the players didn't even get on. So it's scary. Do you know what I mean? If you can keep him fit, God forbid what happens in Germany, but we could run riot.
Who did you say keep him fit?
Trent.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he was brilliant last night.
Who was yours, Gary? If you had to pick one man of the match?
Yeah, it has to be Trent, like Jam said. It has to be because the amount of ball he could have had more than that. He could have had a double hat trick of assists. He could have had 6 assists if some of us get in the right positions. Some other attackers, because him, Robertson, as I said, were brilliant. Mane was really good. I mean, if I had to pick one, it'd probably be Trent. But Mane is a close second. But Salah didn't get a goal last night.
Salah was great, yeah.
And I don't see too much praise of Salah, and it should be, because this is what we want Salah.
Oh no! Oh yeah,
again,
definitely.
I'm not seeing too much just because he's in school. It's like I'd rather have Salah, more consistent performance from Salah like this than scoring a penalty in a game, or I'd rather have this because he brings more to us as a whole team. He linked up play. He gets when Salah plays well. Trent and whoever's fullback always has a good game as well. That's the thing. When Salah plays well, Trent plays well. When Mane plays well, Robertson has a good game down that left hand side. And Mane, like I said, Mane scored 14 Premier League goals now. That's very impressive. 1 behind Kane. 4 of the top goal scorer, which is Aguero, and he hasn't scored a single penalty.
If you took the penalties away from the top strikers,
top scorers,
he'd be top scorer, which is absolutely amazing. That's phenomenal.
That is. We need that for Mane.
Yeah.
So, guys, here we are. Great win. We're all happy and all that. How do we keep this going? How do Liverpool, not have these kind of start-stop to have a great game and then fall down? What's the key to that? Because there was something very, very different about that team. I mean, different in terms of things we've seen before in the past, but let's be honest, we haven't seen that in a little while now. It feels that way anyway.
It's hunger. It's all about hunger and desire. It's all about, if we're up for it, as I said, if we play with the same intensity, with the same speed, we can beat anyone on a day. If we play like that, doesn't matter who it was, Watford, Man City, Real Madrid, I don't care. If we played like that against any sort of team, no one can do anything about it. We're unstoppable when we play like that. And that's what I want to see more. For the next 5 home games, I want to see us play like this.
Yeah, I think we've got to find consistency. I think, I'm hoping, I said this before, though, when we won 3-0 a few weeks ago, I'm hoping our purple patch is done, because there has been one, Leicester at home, West Ham away, even United away, with all them injuries they had. We should have picked them apart, but we were poor. So I'm hoping this isn't just Watford at home. Our record against Watford has been amazing for years. Last year, we beat them 5-1 and 4-0, something like that. So we just need consistency. We need to get a good game against Everton, a good win, and hopefully we can get the ball rolling, because City are 5 out of 5 now. And yesterday it didn't look like it was going to work for them, and they got a stupid penalty.
I know that was.
And I'm just, if Salah did that, the whole of Twitter is going to go mad. But because Bernardo Silva did it, it's fine. But we worry about our own team. But we need to find consistency. Man City will slow down. They will drop points.
If we got 7 points, if we had 7 points from before the United game, I said 7 points from United, Everton, or Watford and Everton. I said I'll take it all day long. Obviously, maximum points would be brilliant, but
Everton away.
Because Everton away doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how form they are, but it's always going to be the derby. You can't take it for granted. So
that's that good. I forgot that. Okay.
Yeah, they're going to be up for it. Is that Goodison?
I forgot it was Goodison.
It's at Goodison. Yeah, I mean, even at Anfield, it was a pretty tough game. They open up as well. They play good football as well, Everton.
It will be tricky.
But if we are clinical, if we play the same, hunger, I know it's going to be a much different game. I'm not expecting the same sort of, game. It's going to be much more patient, build up. I think it's going to be a bit open as well, actually, because I think Everton do go for it. Under Marcus Silva, they're not a team that like to sit back. But if we get 3 points against Everton, then it frees up a lot of it gives us a breather. And I said, well, we're still going to be top of the league. Then we've got Burnley home, Fulham away, and then we've got Burnley home, then the Munich game, and then Fulham away. And we've got much nicer set of fixtures to go into after that. But what's important is if we can get 9 points against Everton, Burnley, and Fulham, then we can go into the Spurs game after. I think maybe having Gomez, because apparently could be. But even if it's Matthew, I'm fine with him. You know, then we can go that Spurs game. Then that's when it starts. Remember when we beat Spurs 4-0 at home in 13-14. They Chelsea. City, you know, that's when Anfield kicks in and we really start to go. That's when we're going to do the title when that Spurs game comes, and if we're still top of the league, then we've got a massive chance of winning it.
Yeah, I just was in my mind. Did you guys see the De La Feo dive in that game against Robertson?
Well, it was a thingy. It was Will Hughes.
No. It was definitely De La Feo. Will Hughes may have done it too, but I think it was still first half.
Are you talking about which one on the right hand side?
He was in the box. Yeah, he was in the box and he starts holding his foot. And they kept showing the instant replay. I'm like, I think Robertson might have caught him, but he didn't touch him at all.
He's also dived. He also dived outside of the box. That was a dive as well. Yeah, I know which one. I think it was in the first half, wasn't it? First half.
Yeah, that's Salah. I think will be ripping him for breakfast.
Hat-trick. He can keep scoring hat-tricks.
Unbelievable, man. I mean, and I think Watford is one of those bounce back teams for us now. So that maybe that came at the right moment.
He can score hat-tricks against Cardiff, and he's not scoring against Van Dijk.
Right. They I mean, Watford didn't really look like they were going to give us any trouble, and even I think the keeper came in with a pretty nice save at some point too. I think it was
such a good keeper, isn't
he? Yeah. So again, man, he's been amazing for us. Van Dijk. It's just so good to see the guys get back to winning ways. And again, I've always said it wasn't about smashing teams. If we do that, great. But it was the way we went about doing the performance. And again, I'm glad you said what you said about Salah, Gary, because it does need to be said, and he does need to be bigged up of the performance he had last night.
Yeah,
he didn't score goals, but he didn't look like he wanted to get the ball plucked off him so easy again, you know. And that guy Messina, he had him on toast all day. He was grabbing him and pulling his shirt, and you know he looked like the relentless Salah who couldn't be stopped. You know,
you give Messina, the left back, a tough kid.
It was a wrap for that dude.
It was just Salah got to know that with the strength. The hold up, he was just getting pushed to the ball by Luke Shaw, Lindelof, or Smalling, whoever it was on the side so easily. He couldn't even get past an injured one Mata against United. I mean,
So
with strength, and very, very happy, man. Let's just move on to Everton now.
Yeah, so that should be a good game Sunday. Looking forward to it. Just briefly, I don't want to get too much into the game, but just briefly, I know Everton's coming off a win at, was it Cardiff?
Cardiff 3-0
everybody's beating on them now.
So
it's a derby match. Sometimes these games are closer than they need to be because of everything around it. Do you see this being a really tight game like it was at home, and we have to nick something out towards the end of the game? Gary?
Nah, it won't be. This will not be a tight game, because I think if we'd beaten Watford 5-0, then we come into United, say for example midweek, and we draw 0-0, we go into the Everton game, then I think the confidence would be a bit more low. But I think because of the boost that we have right now after that Watford win, it's kind of just rejuvenated the whole team. It's given everyone, you know, that a big push. And I think if we can get an early goal against Everton, because I think that would be key. If we can get an early goal, maybe in the first 15-20 minutes, I think the game will start to be open up, and I think we will beat Everton. I'm going for I'm going to go for it's not going to be a thrashing. It could be a 2-0. I think we'll keep a clean sheet. You know, and we have to remember we're 4 clean sheets now. We had a little sticky patch with Leicester and West Ham where we conceded a few chances, but now we're looking again. We're not conceding as many chances as we used to a month ago. You know, we conceded against Palace, so that's also a positive, and hopefully 2-0 clean sheet, and let's just have a week's rest and move on to Burnley, but just one game at a time. Game at a time, and you know, take each step as it comes.
Yeah, James, before I come to you, I want to say something that Gary mentioned there, and also James, you said earlier about the purple patch. Imagine a purple patch being a team who's top of the league, one loss still, some draws in there, some frustrating draws, but if that's a purple patch, I'll take it. You know, I mean, I think sometimes I still got to remind myself that we only lost one game, you know, because we're in such good form. Even when getting those draws, you know, we're still doing pretty well at this point in the season. So, in your opinion, the Everton game, how do you think that's gonna end up?
I think it's. I don't know. You know, there's two parts to me. There's one part that says we're gonna smash them up, clean up,
Like we
3-4-0. Yeah, we're gonna go there. We're gonna be guns blazing, and we're gonna get an early goal, and their head's gonna drop. And the form.
That would be a big statement from us. That would be a big statement.
And it takes us each Ryan. But then there's this other side to me that thinks, no, it's going to be one of them days where Salah can't do anything against the right. Mane's a bit quiet, Bobby Firmino's having to come all the way into midfield to get the ball. And we go with Hendo and Milner in midfield. The Brexit lads are out. I'm in two minds, and I'm hoping it's the first one. And the only reason I'm like that is because of what's probably happened over these last recent weeks.
Yeah.
So take it as it is. Stay positive. I think we'll win the league. So it is what it is.
Right.
Yeah, one game at a time, man.
No, yeah, I like what you said there. I think there's a bit of reality in that statement.
Yeah.
I think the derby is always going to be tough. I think honestly, in my heart, it feels like we can go into Goodison and smash them 4 or 5-0. Honestly,
Yeah.
Especially after this performance. But in my mind, I'm thinking it is a derby. It's probably going to be a little bit tough, frustrating, close game. Just hope it doesn't take another Origi stunner to win the game.
I'll take it really, to be honest. I'll take any result.
I'll take it too. Oh yeah. But just for the nerves.
It's always if Salah turns up and he's up for it, and Mane turns up and if our front three look lively, our fullbacks look lively, we'll blow them apart. We'll smash them up like we should. Because if you look at the two quality teams, obviously the caliber of the two teams, we're miles ahead of them. But obviously football doesn't work like that, and you're going to be in your own day. But I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. 2-0, nice clean sheet. And let's just move on. But big game, and I'm looking forward to it now. I think as a fan base, we're a bit more confident now after that win. It's giving us all a boost again after a few as Jam said, purple patch with no defeats in it, which is a bit which is a bit crazy. Because when City came on with 3 defeats in the last 4, and that was a purple patch. So that's our only purple patch this season. We'll go on to win the league. It's as simple as that.
Everton have lost quite a few games this season.
Yeah, Everton up. It's only if we turn up, even if you turn up 75%, we'll go and beat Everton. Yeah.
Watford, for instance, we beat Watford 5-0. I read earlier, Watford's beat them 1-0. Southampton beat them 2-1. I think Brighton beat them 1-0.
Lost to Leicester. They lost to everyone, really. I mean,
but we know, but guys, we know that goes out the window when they play us. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter.
It's the only cup final.
Yes, I mean they're playing for that, But anyway, I think that's a pretty.
They want revenge because of the way we beat them.
At home.
That was at home. We jumped onto the pitch and celebrated.
I forgot that was the game he did that. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Let's just give them their usual beating. Obviously it's normal that we beat Everton. They still haven't beaten us for 8 years now, and it's definitely not going to change. They're going to get beat 2-0. And we're going to go on to win the league.
I mean, let's face it. It feels like these remaining games, as big as a possibility I think it is, it's pretty much we got to win them all. Yeah, I mean, there could be a moment where City slip up, but I mean, we have to win all these games, and it's not going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. But go ahead.
We can win them more as well, mate. We can win
for sure.
I mean, 2 home games against Spurs. It's not like a away game. Might not think, probably a draw here. Like I thought it was going to be a 1-1 draw, to be honest with you. But Spurs, Chelsea at home, we can beat both of them, and the rest we got Newcastle away, Wolves home, Fulham away, Southampton away, Huddersfield home, Burnley home. These teams we've been beating all of them, but I know they'll be different. They'll be different to near the end. They'll have a slight bit of pressure on them, but we should be beating them.
When I saw these last 10 games, 11 games before the game yesterday, Spurs and Chelsea weren't really the teams that I was really concerned with. They weren't. Yeah. It was. Don't we go away to Burnley? Isn't that one of the games?
No, home Burnley.
Was that home? Oh, good.
Very early kickoff. It's like a 12 p.m. kickoff in the UK.
Yeah. All right. Well,
we got Friday night.
Who's the Friday night game? Is that Burnley?
No. Friday night we got Huddersfield and Southampton.
Oh God. Yeah.
So we'll be winning the league on a Friday night against Huddersfield.
Football's so fun. Football's a funny game. Didn't Huddersfield just beat Wolves recently?
Unbelievable. Twice, I think.
I mean, they beat them. Their last win was in November, and it was against Wolves away.
Oh my God! Wow. Well, that's probably a good place to stop, guys. Thank you for always making time, and hopefully, we'll see some more performances like that and get back on and chat some more.
Just quickly before we go,
yeah, sure.
What are your lineups? Because I think we're all going to might have different.
Oh yeah, let's do that. For Everton,
you go first. Yeah.
Obviously the man, the legend, and goal, Allison. Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Robertson, same old.
Yeah,
and then mid three, I'm still holding on to it because I want to see that midfield again. So Milner played well, and I think he'll probably play Milner again, honestly. But I would go with because we're going with our preferred 11, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'd say Fab holding, of course, Naby and Genie. Then up top, Firmino, Salah, Mane.
Okay. And you, Gary?
Yeah, I mean, same team, pretty much. Really, I mean, that's our midfield that we should be going with for now. In terms
I'm
of,
hesitant. I gotta say, I'm hesitant. I hear what you're saying about Firmino. I know he heals properly, but I'm hesitant to start Origi. I just thought the work he put in, it deserves something. You know, that's why it was so good to see him score a goal. But I feel like Origi,
it does, but
if not starting, he's got to be one of the first guys off the bench because again, I think he does give us that different look.
It's gonna be a different. It's gonna be a different game where Everton is gonna. I think Everton is just. We need Firmino in that game. I think Firmino is gonna be much more. But I wasn't too worried about having Firmino for the Watford game. I think it's more important to have him for the Everton game because.
We need Firmino to be Firmino. That's what we need. Just having his body on the pitch is not enough. He's got to be. He's got to be on top of it.
For the Watford game, I thought we'd bounce back. It doesn't matter who was on the pitch up front or if we had them out. I think just for Everton, it's just so important. We need it for that match, you know. For me, Fabinho, Milner obviously will come in for many more late games, but I think this for now, Fabinho, Genie, Naby, then we just keep on going. We keep on we keep the players fresh, we'll keep them on the toes. Make a couple of changes. You know, Firmino coming for Origi and Keita coming for Milner. Because maybe Keita was a bit ill. Yeah, the illness didn't he against Watford.
That's what I'm thinking. It must be something like that. Yeah, I can't imagine.
I think he was nailed on to start the game, to be honest with you. So, you know,
James.
Yeah, I have the same defense midfield, but you know what? I'm pushing towards maybe giving Origi the start.
Yeah.
And only because, and I can't even believe I'm saying this, to be honest. If you had said I'm going to say this yesterday, I'm like, you're mad. But
I know, man.
Just because I want the momentum to be the exact same, and I'm not sure Firmino's 100%, and I'd hate us to do what we've done in the past to Lallana, or exactly what Man United did with Lingard.
Exactly.
If Firmino's 100% fit, would you start him? That's
I don't know. I think Firmino's been off form, to be honest.
But that's the key.
He was superb, and I just think if it's not broken, why fix it this weekend?
I agree.
Give Origi the chance, and you know, explosive. If it doesn't work by 45 minutes, you go back to original. But
there you go.
Yeah, I think we've said in the past. Origi
you wait until the 70th minute.
Origi performed from the beginning, and I think he's earned a chance, maybe, especially if Firmino doesn't seem 100%. I'd be willing to take the risk, and if it's not I don't think it's going to be a make or break decision. I think Salah, Mane, and you know, Van Dijk and Trent, they win you the game. But I'd just be interested to see if that was a fluky one-off performance from Origi, or if that is a new level of Originess that he might offer us.
I hope it's the latter, James, because he can really, really help us. Go ahead.
And I want Mane in the middle.
Personally, if Firmino's fit, I think Klopp starts him straight away. If Firmino's fit, I mean, it's a bit of a risk playing Origi in this match because you don't know what you're going to do. But this is the thing with players like Origi and Sarri. They can have one good game, but next they'll just tail off. That's why we need to go. We need to go with this, you know, the tried and tested. Let's go for Firmino, Salah, Mane. Because that's why they're on the bench. Not consistent enough. When they have the chance, they haven't taken it. So,
but I don't think Origi's been given a fair chance, like Sturridge has. I can only think of one start, which is Wolves, with a very poor team.
He's done better than Sturridge. He's done much better than Sturridge. No, you're right. He hasn't had he's had two Premier League starts.
He's had a lot of starts, hasn't he? Yeah.
I mean, that performance can only help his confidence if there's an issue. Really. I mean, and again, the work rate is what shocked me. I couldn't believe how good he was. And sometimes I forget, because when he plays more of a central striker, I forget how fast he is.
Yeah,
very, very quick, man. It was a
goal from him, wasn't it? He always does that.
Oh man, he loves that. Did he get Southampton before? I mean, he loves that. He loves that move, man.
Sunderland. Do you remember Sunderland where he cuts in on his right, and then when Coutinho gets injured, and then he comes on in the 30th minute, and then he does that nice little step over, and he always hits it kind of from left. He's a good player, man. I had high hopes of him, but he probably will be shipped off in the summer by club. You know, I mean, but if he can be an option from now until the end of the season, give us something. Then you never know. Let's just you know, he had a good performance, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself because we know about these sort of players that Origi, Lovren, they have one good game, the next they're dreadful. So
I'm honestly, I honestly think, I mean, we went with our preferred 11s, but I really think it's going to be Henderson, Milner, and Gini. I really think it's going to be the midfield.
I can't see Fabinho not playing. Fabinho has to be. If he's
fair enough. Okay. You think he'll dare do Fabinho, Milner, and Hendo?
No, I think he'll do.
No, that's what happened. Ronaldo play.
Yeah,
Fabinho.
It will be either Hendo or Milner. It'll be one or the other.
Okay.
He has to be benched, man. Henderson has to be benched. Like, he doesn't deserve to be in the team.
Especially Klopp's happy about what Hendo did.
You
don't think you're being a slightly a bit harsh on Hendo?
No, I'm not being harsh, man. He's not
you don't think
enough. So? I don't. Okay. Listen, I've got nothing against him personally, but I just don't think he's a good enough footballer, mate. I don't think he's not. He's an okay footballer, but the thing is, some of our fans on Twitter just go on like he's look at
No, I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
When he has the performance, when he has a good performance, like a 7 out of 10 performance, everyone just goes on the horse and just running. You know, Henderson. You know, what a brilliant player. Look what he does. That's why Klopp plays him. He's an okay footballer. I'm not saying he's shit. I'm not saying he's world class. I'm saying he's okay. He can do the job, but he's not levels. He's not levels like Fabinho. You know what I mean?
Oh, no question. No.
Watford could probably score a goal.
I think
yesterday.
Just quickly with Hendo. My issue with him is he's good, but I think Liverpool Football Club are moving in at a pace which he isn't able to move at. And I think he would be great at Leicester, you know, at Southampton.
Yeah, it's not level.
You know, at West Ham. I think, and it's a shame, but I just think he doesn't have the attributes to compare to the level that we're at now. When you look at Tottenham, when you look at Man City, Hendo doesn't get into their starting 11. You know, he doesn't even get into Man City's bench. And I think that Hendo is one of the dying breeds of old Liverpool. You know, I think Milner's coming to an end now, and I think Hendo, and I think that's all.
I've got no problem with him actually being a player that can come into a few games or come over. I've got no problem with that, but he shouldn't be starting as much as Klopp starts him. You know what I mean? Klopp just starts him in some of the wrong games, really. I mean, you know, Old Trafford away. Why did we need him? Honestly, why did we need him? You know, if you're going to play him, at least play Milner for being a G, because Milner at least can actually link up play like he did last night. Henderson cannot link up play. He's got no sort of technical ability to do that. You know, that's not a game anymore. You know, he can't do that. So
I think we can throw Adam in that list too. I was even surprised to see him on the bench. Adam doesn't really offer much at all for me anymore.
Milana.
Yeah, it was nice to see him for him, but yeah,
another worthwhile player that needs to be shipped out.
Yeah, that's. You could tell what game Klopp was going for, because I think we might have had one recognized semi-defender, Camacho, but he's not even really a defender. He's more of a midfielder player. So, but there were no defenders on the bench, I don't think. So that showed what Klopp was thinking about. So no, it was good, man. It was good. We go marching on to Goodison on Sunday. Cool. So
great.
Thank you guys so much. We're gonna end it here.
Thank you, lads. See ya.
All right, man.